We are now live. I'm doing a quick one to basically tell you guys what's next and to do a little quick debrief about what happened during that 60 kilometers Red March. Yeah, that's a lot. And I would like to talk about that because I've learned a lot of things in there. And I would also like to tell you guys, hey, what's next? What's the next goal? Let's do that. I'm gonna put a little bit of lighting to, make me prettier. I don't know if that's doing anything, but what I do with that. So, what's next? First, let's talk about that 60 kilometers work march. My feet are destroyed. And, like, they're pretty much like rocks. Like, I can do pretty much anything with them. Nothing happening about them. But what's the most important thing that happened to me during that work march? Well, one thing specifically. And that one thing actually changed my whole perspective about life and what I'm doing here. You see, when I was doing those walks to start, basically it came through a friend of mine that was like, "Hey Gabe, you should definitely do some like kind of walks, that's gonna make you like getting shredded." Because he lost like, I don't know, like 20 kilos in a few months doing those marches because he was in the army, the French army. For those who don't know, I'm French. Hello. And he was like, "Hey man, you should definitely do that. Go do those things." I was like, "Hey, I don't like jogging or running, guys, as you guys call it. In French, we call that jogging. Don't tell me. Don't ask me why. I don't like running. Why not trying to walk?" But I was like, "Hey, walking seems a bit simple. What would be a great way to add some, spiciness to it? How can I do that?" So I decided to add some weight on my back. So as you can maybe see, I'm going to try to do my best to do so. This is the bag I'm taking on with me. So it's pretty big. The bag itself weighs, I would say, maybe 2 pounds. Yeah, 2 pounds or around 5 kilograms for you guys. I use kilograms, and it's pretty heavy. So in total, I put it 44 pounds on my back. So this is 20 kilograms, and I walked 60 kilometers in approximately 13 hours. Less than a day. Total time 18 hours with all the pauses and all the things I used. So yeah, that's a pretty great accomplishment. More than a marathon, walking, yes, but with a pretty good rhythm, going around 5 kilometers an hour. So that's not like your casual walking, which would be around 3 kilometers an hour. I'm going at 5. So that's, putting some rhythm behind it. What did I learn during that march? What did I learn during that walk? Well, I can tell you a ton of things that I learned, a ton of things that happened. Saw like some animals during the night because I started at midnight and I finished at 18:30. So saw a lot of things. Was really scared at the beginning, but faced that fear. But that's not the thing that marked me the most during that race, during that walk. The thing that impacted me the most was the mental change that happened during that thing. Because let me explain to you a quick overview of what ruck marching is. Basically, whenever you do like some kind of physical efforts, you go walking, you go to the gym, you go lift some stuff, or you do something physical. You got that time where the pain is for you like, "Hey man, I just want to stop it. Do my rest time, finish this set, whatever it is. I've got that pain and it's bothering me and I want it to stop." When you're ruck matching, basically you take that pain and it's not like 2 or 3 seconds that you're feeling it. It's 10, 11, 12, 13 hours in my case. So that's extremely, I would say, strong and difficult for the mental, for your mindset to, hey, keep saying like, hey, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna stay on track, and I'm gonna make sure I complete that target. Extremely difficult. Such difficulty that at the end, the first thing I felt was my head. I had an incredible headache because I had to stay so focused, making sure I stayed incredibly focused on the task at hand. So that's the first thing that I took, was the ability to focus, to stay focused on that long period of time. Because it was long, let me tell you. 13 hours walking, goddamn, that's long. But when you get that capacity of being fully focused and not letting anything in your head comes in or comes out, you're incredibly powerful. Because you're like, hey man, like sometimes you're like, hey man, I just wanted to stop. Like I hurt, I feel bad, all those things that I'll start, like you get every day that's come in your head. But when you get the capacity of controlling the mind, when you do those kind of things, it get really scary because there is nothing in your head. Pure silence. Pure silence. No BS, no bullshit. Nothing is coming in your head. And you are at a really peaceful and incredible place. Because yes, the pain is unsustainable. And if you listen to yourself, you would have stopped 5 hours ago. Because the pain is so incredibly important. Mentally, you're destroyed. Mentally, man, you cannot tell yourself, hey, Gabriel, I'm going to do this. Hey, man, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to succeed at it. You do not have the mental energy to do that anymore. That's to show you how tired you get. You cannot motivate yourself anymore. You have nothing left. But you're still working. And that's what surprised me and astonished me actually when that happened. When that thing happened, I was like, hey man, I'm destroyed mentally, I'm destroyed physically, but I'm still fucking working. What's keeping me going after all that? What's that strength? I don't know. For me, it's like some kind of my soul, the pure essence of me, like the rawest, truest form of me. That's just like, hey man, keep going, do it, just doing it. And you can unlock that power for whatever it is, whatever it's like, hey, doing sports, if you want to do ruck marches like me, if you wanna work long hours and at an extreme load of work, extreme difficult work, intense. If you can unlock that capacity of being able to extreme focus and having no feelings, nothing's coming into your head, you get into a really powerful place and you become extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous because nothing can affect you. Nothing. In some of my rock marches, wind picks up and it's really cold. Normally I would be like, hey, I don't like that feeling. But when I'm in that place of focus, I'm like, not even a problem. It started to rain at some point. I was like, oh shit, I don't like the rain. It's gonna make me wet. It's gonna make me have hot spots, because for those who don't know, when you get hot spots on your feet, it's like a combination of heat and being wet. So I was like, hey, that's not good. But I didn't stop. It didn't affect my brain at all. I was like, it's raining. Okay, no factor. Keeping going. And when you realize you're at that place, it's incredibly scary, and wow, it shows that there is so much potential that you don't even imagine is out there. And I want you guys to go and get it. And the only way you can get it is going through the most extreme stuff you can think. When you push yourself, you gotta push yourself beyond the 3 stages I call them. Push yourself physically, meaning that, hey, the pain is unsustainable. After that, the pain is not going to be the physical pain is not going to be the problem. Second thing you're going to have to worry about is the mental pain, because when you're like, hey, your body, it makes no sense to your body to be like, hey man, like I'm destroyed. You're going with your head, be like, hey man, keep going. It's only going to be like, hey, 10 more kilometers. You've done that, you can do it. But after some point, for me, it happens around like like half of the race to 2/3. That period, when the mental starts to break, and in there, well, you get extremely tired, and you see your performance going down. But if you keep going at that place, if you keep digging, you're going to have to take some power from somewhere, because you need it. Because it's getting more difficult and more difficult by the second. But you need some energy. Where are you actually going to find it? In that place, in that silence place. I think it's the soul. I'm going to call it the soul. The full, truest, rawest form of power that you can use. And you can unlock it, and you can unlock that connection with it. That focus I'm talking about. You can unlock that thing. If you're going in that place long enough and deep enough. If you do that, you can unlock that power and apply it in all your life. And I'm telling you guys, until when I realize I can use that power, I'm unstoppable. All of a sudden, something like somebody like trying to affect me by the way, I'm like, hey, no problem, I'm staying positive. Nothing is affecting me. Nothing. Working for hey, I don't know how many hours. I'm like, hey, no factor. I'm doing it. Doing incredibly hard workouts. Easy since I did those marches. Extremely easy. So I want you guys to unlock that power, because it's, I would say, the number one thing in my life that I know is going to change it, because I saw in a few weeks how it changed mine, and it's extremely scary, to be honest. I feel invincible. I feel like nothing can stop me. So I want you guys to have the same. Now, what's the next challenge? What's the next thing I'm going to tackle? Hey, what's the next thing I'm going to tackle, Gabriel? Like, you did 60 kilometers ruck march, 20 kilos on your back. Hey, what's the next step? What's the next thing you're going to attack? Well, great question. And the thing I'm going to choose to attack is, now that I conquered the long distances, I want to conquer the speed. But if you know me for a bit, I ain't a speedy guy. I'm like the durable kind of guy. That's why I work marches with a lot of weight on my back. I would say it fits me well, because I'm not a really long distance runner or a short distance sprinter kind of guy. Like, I'm in the middle. I'm durable. I think I'm that kind of guy. But I want to conquer the other stuff as much as I can, widen, being more competent in more areas of my life, and actually making sure that I don't stay comfortable into my little thing. So, next challenge is going to be, and it's scary for me to saying that because I don't know how hard it is, but I'm not just going to train for it, and I'm going to do it. Simple as that. If you asked me at the beginning, I would be like, hey man, would you do a 60 kilometers ruck march with 20 kilos on the back? I guess I would tell you like, nah, I ain't capable of that. But I am. So now, I'm going to tackle the next challenge, which is going to be running a marathon. Running a marathon with that thing on my back still. Not 20 kilograms, because that's really gonna fuck me up, but with some amount of weight. I think I'm going to go with 10 kilograms at most, which is going to be 22 pounds. I'm going to do that. My goal is going to get some speed, for long distances. For kind of long distances, but getting some speed with some weight on my back, keeping the durability to a next level. Because guys, like last time I did some kind of running events, it was when I was in middle school. And let me tell you how it went. And Jimmy, my boy Jimmy, knew me in middle school. And if he's on there, he knows how my performances were. I was basically the fat guy that I was so lazy that my only goal was to, hey, finish last. How funny is that? You know, I was like, hey, I'm fat, I don't like running. I'm just gonna finish last and work the whole thing. And I finished, I think, in the last few ones. But now, it ain't the same thing. Now I'm going to make sure it was like 3 kilometers only. So now I'm going to make sure that, hey, I'm completing that marathon with those 10 kilograms on my back. And fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I don't know if that even has been done before. But hey, you know what? If that hadn't been done before, I'm gonna do it. Because I know I'm capable of it. Because I see how far the limits I thought they were. Actually, there are people say like the only God is limitless and the human is basically designed to have limits. After what I saw, if there are limits, there are way, 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 way farther than I think and I thought they were. So the next goal will be, I repeat, 40 kilometers. I believe it's 40 kilometers marathon. Yeah, I believe so. To tell you how much I don't know about the thing, I'm going it first and then I'm going to figure out the rest later. So 40 kilometers, a marathon with 10 kilograms on my back. That's going to be the goal. Running, conquer the walking. Now I'm going to conquer the running. And after that, maybe I'm going to do some I'm going to keep the surprise until I complete that challenge. So I'm going to train for a few months and I'm going to see how it goes. And I'm going to make sure I complete that whenever the time comes. But it's going to come fast. So be great. Stay connected. And if you want to know how to unlock your full potential, contact me. Send me a DM. Send me the DM potential. Send me potential as a DM. And I'm going to show you how to unlock that thing. Because I did saw a part of it. And that's heavy. That's some heavy duty stuff. And I want you guys to get the same. So, be great. Have an incredible beginning of new year. Crush it and then accomplish your goals. Stay accountable to them. Stay disciplined. And make sure you stay connected to them. Go deep on the why. Be great. Have a nice one.